Trust is one of the hardest things to build, but the most important virtue to grow, as it determines how far your relationship will go. Relationships are about trust, and if you have to play detective in your relationship, then it's time to move on. Welcome to the Love Corner with Miss N. So hi everyone, welcome back to another episode on the Love Corner with Miss N. And the statement that I've said before the intro about trust is what I'll talk about today. In the first video about what love was and the pillars, one of them was trust. And for me, that is a very, as I've read on my phone, that it's a very important virtue to grow. I think it's really important for you to grow trust in your relationship. And more so, I like that last part that says that if you play detective in a relationship, then it's time to move on. It's very true. And for me, trust is a very, how do I say it? It's a very weighty, if I may say, a weighty topic in love, because I've experienced a breach of trust and I've also breached someone's trust in a relationship. So I know how heavy and how weighty trust is in a relationship. So I think we'll just dive into the topic today. So I think the first thing I do is to give a definition of trust. And from the dictionary, I got that trust is a firm belief about something or about someone. Yeah, so it's something that you believe in something or something that, or if you believe in something or in someone, yeah? So I'd start by signs that trust is breached. Number one is when you're over possessive about someone. You don't want to see them with another person. You know, like for example, if you're in an outing or a retreat and you're dating this guy, and then you just want him to be around you, you know. You want him to be next to you, you know. You don't want to see him with another person or playing around with another person. Your eyes are only focused on him, and you want his eyes to only be focused on him. That's a really bad place to be in. Let me tell you, a human being has a right to freedom. They need to be like a free bird, yeah? That doesn't mean that they can jump from one person to another, or the lady can be on, today they're with Kamau, tomorrow they're with Jeroge, tomorrow they're with Fred, the next day they're with whatever. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, a human being has a right to freedom. They can be a bird, you know. Let them go. If like, for example, I feel like going out with Sharon, yeah, I can do that because, you know, there's some trust in a relationship with my husband. Number two is when you're over controlling. You know, as in his phone is being called, babe, who's calling you? He's turned to go to the washroom. Where are you going? You're in a place like in a church setup. You're like, why are you not going out on a date today? You're over controlling every move they do, every side they look at, you know, every place they want to go. You're just there. Yani you're like a tick. You never go. You're just there. Yani everything you want to do, and then you're like, you can't call beyond 9. You can't call someone beyond 10. If, for example, like there's a time when a friend of ours had lost their parent, and they were calling us at midnight. I mean, so if and it was a lady, so if they were calling my husband to tell them about that time we're not married yet, but if he was calling, for example, my husband about the loss of the mom and they wanted our help, who am I to now say that they have something going on between them just because alimpigia usiku at midnight? I mean, of course, there are those measures you can say, but it's your own initiative. It's not like you've been forced. You're not controlled and told the way you have to literally, be there. Number 3 is being a detective. Hey. CID Kamili, let me tell you. I was once a CID, so I know what I'm saying. Yeah? His phone, you're always there. You want to check. Number 2, everything he's doing, you want to know. You know the way CID even know where you're going, who you are with, what you're doing, you know, your name till even your clan. That's how you will be. If you have breached trust, that's something you'll always find yourself just checking. Okay, he has texted Sharon, fine. Okay, so they texted on 16th. Okay, then on 18th, okay, then 20th, then, okay, no, before 16th, there was 9th. 9th was nah. There, you have to question yourself. play detective is very bad. If you have to be on everything, like checking his phone, checking his whereabouts, and then when, for example, someone comes and tells you, by the way, like maybe my friend comes and tells me, by the way, who is Sharon, for example, and I'm like, I don't know where Sharon is. Then she would tell me, by the way, I heard that Sharon was with so and so. Then I start now going deeper to find out what Sharon was doing that person because she's my friend. No. You don't do that, yeah? Don't play detective in the whole story. Then also when you're emotionally unstable. Emotionally unstable, it means sometimes even him leaving, for example, if right now it's working from home season, yeah? So maybe I work from home, yeah? So maybe I'm working from home. And then when my husband is leaving for work, I'm like, so when he goes out, who is he going to meet on the road? Or if he's gone for a trip to maybe Mombasa for 3 days at work. I'm like, that day I'm not thinking straight. My phone is always on him. I'm always texting him. He delays even in a minute. I'm like, no, this guy's another person. Or, all those things. You're unstable emotionally. You don't even think straight. You even want to run all the way to Mombasa just to see, is he actually in his hotel? Is he, you even do surprise visits. For example, if he told you, if your wife told you that I'm going to Mombasa, you just appear in Mombasa. You're like, by the way, where are you? They tell you I'm in a hotel called so and so and so. Okay, fine. Then they ask you why are you asking that? They're like, no, I just wanted to know where you are. Then you find he's calling you. I'm at the door. You're like, okay. Some instances can be you want to surprise your spouse or your fiance at that point in terms of something totally different from having to mistrust them. But sometimes most of them do it because they want to check if they actually trust you, yeah. Or you find when, like, for example, if they call you in a matatu, it's noisy. Of course, a matatu is noisy. It's not like it's ever going to be quiet. Then there's background noise or there's background music. Then they're like, kwani unafanya nini huko? Kuna naje nini uko na party na wase? And for sure, you're in a matatu on your way home. There is no one you are seeing. There's no one you're doing anything with. You're just unstable, yeah? So those are the signs that trust is breached in a relationship. So you can check among all those which one really applies to you. If you just do an introspect, just find out, do I do this? Do I feel like when my husband leaves to work or my wife leaves for work, away from the country or away from the county, is there a problem? Are you feeling unstable about it? Can you trust your husband to go for 3 weeks in another country? Yeah. So that's why if all that happens, then trust you me, there's some trust that was breached. Yeah. So next we'll go to importance. So number one, I think the greatest importance of trust is that you can be able to be reassured about your relationship. There's some reassurance, there's some peace. For example, I'll use the example for traveling a lot, yeah, because I travel a lot myself and my husband does the same. So maybe they've gone to Mombasa for 4 weeks and it's a training. If you really trust that person, trust me, you can be so much at peace. Even if they don't call you the whole day, they call you only at night when you're going to bed, there's nothing that has happened in between that whole day. It gives you you're in a place where where my husband is, I trust him. Where my wife is, I trust her. There's nothing that can ever happen, yeah? The number 2 thing, even in relation to the cheating part, is even if anything happens, you're able to heal very fast, yeah? Trust helps you heal quickly. Because even if it happens, because you actually trust them, they will be able to come and sit down and explain to you the whole story. Trust gives you a place where you can be able to sit down and actually discuss anything openly, regardless of what has happened, yeah? And then healing will become easier because you actually trust them. Of course, it will be breached to some extent, but it will be easy for you to come back because they know anything that happens in their life, you're there to be told. You're there to hear what they have to say. You will sit down and you would hear what they have to say. Why did this happen? What went wrong? What was the whole, situation that happened for you to get to where it is? Yeah. You can remember, trust can also make you know that I have a friend or I have a spouse in my spouse. If there's a word like that. Yeah. You can be able to know that because I trust him, I know whatever he does is always for my good. Or everything he thinks about, everything that he's doing, or everything he wants to do is always for our good. And more specifically, for my good, yeah? Not me as a person, like he's thinking about me. Because let me tell you for a fact, if you don't trust a person, especially the person that you are in a marriage with, or the one you are heading to in marriage, it will be very hard for you. Extremely hard. You know, I once ever played detective in a relationship, so I know what it means to not trust someone. Trust me, I know the damage it can cause you. It can cause you damage beyond damage. You know, when I was reading about this topic, I read somewhere that a child never ever thinks that when they're being carried by their dad or their mom, that their dad or mom can drop them. Have you seen how parents throw their children up, you know, and then they hold them, they throw them up, they hold them. I think you've seen that meme for mom versus dad. Most times it's the dad who's throwing the child up, or doing weird things like pouring paint on each other. A child never thinks that parent can drop them down. That's how much they trust their parent. They know their parent is everything. It's like the way they used to tell us that I was number one in school. I mean, most of us never thought. Maybe when we grew up and then they were being real to us, most of us think all our parents were number ones because they told us, me, I was number one in school. You know, I was the best in my class. I was this, I was that, and they never even showed us papers. Okay, for me, at least I know it's true because my mom showed me her papers. She was very good at school. So yeah, but all of us trust that our parents were number one. So everything they say, even if they teach us mathematics, 1 times 1 is 2, we just agree it's 2 because we really trust them, yeah? So that's how, you know how peaceful that is. It tells you everything that my mom or my dad or my husband or my wife or my boyfriend or my girlfriend tells me, I believe it's the truth. And if anything contrary to what they've said is declared, then I know we can be able to sit down and have a discussion about it, yeah? And I would ask, Dad, why did you say 1 times 1 is 2? Like, what we learned in school was this, or I was just trying to, you know, they can be able to tell you why that. And you can be able to know, okay, fine. So they didn't actually say it in a bad light. Yeah, that's what trust does. It reassures so much about your relationship. It gives you so much peace. You can imagine every day waking up in the morning and you're tormented by a relationship. That's devastating. It's extremely devastating. You know, every morning you wake up, you're like, who has called my husband today? As in, who has called my wife? Who has talked to my wife? Yani, even if you walk into a room and then you find your husband laughing with someone, you're like, oh my God, they really like each other. They have emotional affairs. And for sure, they were genuinely laughing. There was nothing related to them being in relation to either cheating or whatever. No. It's just that they were being very, very, very genuine. Also, trust grows your moments together. Would I say moments or memories? Yeah, memories. So you're able to create so many memories together, you know, because you can be able to know that because I trust them, we can go out for whatever, you know, we can sit down and have discussions. Yeah, open-minded discussions about anything, about, you know, and you can just be able to know, fine, yeah, sawa basi. Tumekuta tumeketi, tumediscuss whatever it is. If they tell you, by the way, today at work, there's something that happened, or, you know, there's something that I wanted to do but I didn't do, it's easy for you to sit down and talk about it because you know the other person will not judge you. Yeah, the other person won't say, why do you want to build a house? I mean, you should buy a car first, you know. And you're like, no, because they will not say, you always think about cars. You always think about, no. It's like, fine, let's sit down and actually say, fine. What you said actually makes sense. And I know what you're doing is for the benefit of the two of us. So yeah, so that's what I think the importance of trust is. You can write down what you think the importance of trust can be, or any other thing that you think is important when it comes to trust, yeah. But trust, I think for me, I would say in as a conclusion is that trust really assures your relationship. It stamps, you know. It makes you know that whatever I do, whatever mistake I do, I can be able to know. I have one person or two people or whatever that can hold me back. People always use this example, which I think I should use, is that it should be a place where you know, even if your husband or your wife or your parent or whoever in this the relationship, you would think that trust is important, even if they go steal or they kill, murder, of course it's wrong, but they would step back and say, they will try and fight for you before they actually come and correct you. You understand? You trust them that much, as in you trust them that even if whatever I do, they can be able to support me, not negatively, yeah, but they can be able to stand with me. And that gives you so much peace. For me, it gives you so much peace that I know even if whatever comes my way, I can sit down and tell my husband that is what I did, or that's what happened. Yeah, so I think that's what I would say as the importance of trust. So how do you build the trust now? Yeah. Okay, number one is have very open-ended, open discussions. Discuss about anything, and anything I mean anything. Have very open-minded conversations, very open conversations about anything, whatever you want to say, just say it. Just say it, so that you know, even if my husband comes in, or my wife, okay, let me say, if our wife goes and tells the husband, by the way, today there's a guy who came at work and he passed, and I was like, oh, he actually looks nice, and you come tell your husband, of course that's going to be a bit touching, yeah, to the heart, but he knows even if whatever happens, my wife can come and tell me anything that happens. And then now you as a reciprocator, what, yeah, you as the one who's been told, don't be too quick to judge, don't say, but why did you, no, just sit down and you're like, okay, fine, have that conversation about it. Don't judge the other person because of what they've done. Number two is listen carefully. Listen, use your ears, listen to what your spouse says, listen to everything they say, and don't act quickly. For example, there are people who are not, their concentration span is very kidoko. It's not, there are people who right now they're thinking about the light, they've already shifted, they've gone to the camera, they've already shifted, they've gone to the feet, their concentration span is very small, yeah. So you tell them, by the way, today I'm thinking I want to do this, I want to do this. So before you even get to the fourth point, they already forgot about the first point because they were not even concentrating on you. So if they realize you don't even listen to what they're saying, trust you me, they'll go tell another person who thinks that they'll trust. Yeah. So as much as maybe you don't have a good concentration span or you're not very keen listening, listen keenly, listen carefully, and listen to everything they say from point A to point B. When they're telling you something very serious, put everything away, put everything aside, just sit down, put down and listen. What is actually this person saying? Ask questions. Actually, asking questions is one of the ways that you know someone is listening to you keenly. So ask questions. But listen to even the most useless thing. I'm telling you that just listen to them, yeah? Listen to them. Number three is avoid. This one is going to sound funny, but avoid defending your mistakes. If you've done a mistake, accept it, move on, yeah? Don't say, no, but I did. So you're trying to justify why you did that. No, I did not do that because, no. Just accept your mistakes and then move on, yeah? Just say there, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Please accept my apologies. I'll do anything to make it up to you. Yeah. So accept your mistakes as fast as you can. Don't be too quick to justify yourself. Don't be too quick to defend your actions. No. Just relax and say, I'm sorry. That is a mistake I did. If you accept your mistakes quickly, then someone knows actually. Na si accept mistakes ile nilifanya, not that kind of accepting. It's hearing what they have to say and then saying it's okay, yes I did that and I did not do it in a bad light, but I'm sorry, please accept my apologies or accept my sorry. But as human beings it's very hard because we're very quick to justifying our actions because what we did was for our benefit, yeah. As I said before, that men are very selfish. Human beings are very selfish. So we want our way to go. Number 4, whatever number it was, is let down your guard. Let the other person's way or way of doing things make sense to you too. For example, if you are quick to telling your friends about things that you do, and your partner or your fiance is not comfortable, then just let down your guard, For the things that concern the two of you, let it remain between the two of you. Yeah? Then that way they'll be knowing, I can tell her anything and it will not leave the two of us. It will not leave what I've told her. It will not leave what I have told him. What I've told him is between the two of us. What she's told me is between the two of us. I'm saying that because I know I'm one person who I'm very quick to telling my parents. I think because our relationship, that we were brought up really close. We are like this, yeah. So, and then I would, maybe say something, and then I realized it did not augur well with someone else. So I would like, so now I realize then I have to know what's the limit between, how far can I tell them? How far can I let them know, Dad, we're doing this, Dad, we're doing this, Dad, we're doing this, yeah? Because some of my friends were not comfortable, the fact that everything that I wanted to do, I had to now run to my dad first and be like, Dad, I'm thinking of this, or I'm thinking of that. Yeah. So yeah, I think that is some of the ways I think you could build trust. Is there any other thing I would add? I think for now, maybe unless I come up with something else which I can discuss in future, but I think that's what I would say. But trust is really it's like what is it called? That stamp that is normally put in it's called a seal, yeah? The red, yeah, it's a seal on a document. It stamps your relationship. It makes you know that where you're leading in this relationship is actually very healthy. Because you can imagine, just take a scenario where you're waking up every morning and the first thing that hits your head is, where is my phone? Where is my husband's phone? Where is my friend's phone? Where is my friend going today? You'll be like, by the way, are you doing this? When they, for example, stay late at work, you are so disturbed. There's no peace of mind. I don't think I'd want to be in that place. For me, I don't think I want to be that. I want to be in a place where I am sailing in the storm. Like the way Jesus just slept in the storm. Because he trusted his Father. He knew what was going to happen. He was still going to calm the storm. I want that peace. I'm sure you too want that. As in not, of course, sometimes trust is breached. And we'll talk about when trust is breached and how to, run through relationship when trust is breached. Because I have experienced that firsthand, so I know. But I want to be like Jesus. I just want to be a place where I can sleep in a storm and just know that whatever happens, I still trust those people that are around me. I still trust that. It's like the way if you do, like, for example, videography, like what my husband does. He knows if he sends, for example, Fred to a gig, he will not even bother to ask what he has done. He knows when he comes home and brings in the footage, he'll be satisfied. That's a place where I would like to be, where I know if Fred thinks about doing anything, the first person will think about is the Njoroge. So he'll be like, yo, you guys, I need this help from me. And he knows that will never leave the corners of our home. He knows that whatever he's thinking about will be sorted by that home. I think that's a place I'd want to be, especially with a spouse. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes I can be called at night by their colleagues, or sometimes I'll be talked to at night. Sometimes you'll be tempted to look at their phone and conversations. And also, in relation to open conversations, please give your let me say spouse in this regards, give your spouse the liberty to be free with your personal details. By personal details, I mean like your phone, your bank account balance, your pay slip, and all that. Because even if they know all, ni kama vanye kitambo used to be told not to take sugar. The fact that you've been told don't take is what now lures you to taking sugar. You understand? If I keep changing my passwords on my phone, today I have pin password. Tomorrow I have password that is alphabet, whatever characters. Tomorrow I have a pattern. Why is it always okay? There's some people who that is their lifestyle, not necessarily to block anyone out. And even when they change, they tell you. So it's just that they don't like being in one place for a long time. Yeah, but then if you're like that all the time, you're keeping your phone is near you, it's in your pocket, you can't release your phone, as in you can't put it on the table. Your wife or husband doesn't even know your bank, doesn't even know what you earn. No, please be free about such things. I'm not saying that now the other person should misuse the fact that they have that freedom into your life. But if they know your password, they'll not even be bothered to check it is you who has texted, it is you who has done what. No. But the moment you start changing, today you're like this, tomorrow like that, there'll be some questions, some question marks. But I think out of this, I would say that please build trust in a relationship. It's a seal in that relationship, and it will help you be at peace with the relationship you are in. It will give you so much reassurance that where you're going to is the right direction. And please be open about everything that you is going on in your life. Be open about your past relationships. Take time to even create memories together where you know those memories will keep you together. And by memories, also in the memories you share, please also share your fears, your greatest fears, your greatest secrets, yeah, because that person will be able to keep and will be able to help you. So yeah, I think that's all for today, and you can comment with what you think about in the comment section, or you can reach out to me. I'll link in my handles and also my email, so you can reach out to me anytime you want to reach out to me. But for today, I think it's done. So bye till we meet next time. It's adios.